Hello everybody and welcome back to Anno 1800. My name is TStrat and we are Executive Industries. Last time we set up our steel production. We got some steelworks going on there. We can look right now at our city of Ditchwater as it looks across the bay to Bright Sands, the occupied enemy territory of our Uncle Edvard. In this episode, I'm looking to expand a bit. I'm going to take some of these wonderful new artisan homes and move them out a little bit further to have their own artist community, away from the the travel, the hubbub of all of the workers and farmers that we have. I'm also looking to expand our industry a little bit more, get some production off of this island, and start really growing our executive industry empire of luxury and wealth. All right, so without further ado, the first thing that I've noticed from my previous episode is that we actually have a workforce of workers that is higher than 1,000, meaning we actually are paying royal taxes. So we are in a deficit right now. I'm going to pause it for a second so we don't waste time while I'm talking. But essentially, the way that I'm going to combat this is I'm going to upgrade a bunch of houses to the artisan level. That will reduce our workforce population. That's one part. The second part is that it'll give us more artisans, which tend to pay more in tax coins. So that'll be good. We'll just make sure that the artisans themselves don't go over 1,000, and that should be okay. However, we also have a problem with workforce. The issue is going to be over here. Currently, this was the original like setup plan. I just put some places down to house some workforce for our iron, steel, and weapons production. All of these require tons of workers. In fact, I did some math over the little break between last episode and this episode, and I realized I actually need to add another steelworks, 2 more weapons factories, and that'll give this ratio a little bit better. But if I activate all of this, aside from just the heavy maintenance costs it's going to provide us, the steelworks themselves require 200 workers. These require 50 each, I believe, for the iron furnaces and the weapon production. And then we also would activate another iron mine along with more charcoal. In fact, I actually need to add the second charcoal because it actually takes 2 of these for one of the iron mines. So we have a lot of worker shortage. So I'm not going to be avoiding the royal tax on this island, I think. In fact, I think what I'm going to do is actually expand this out. Now, here's the other plan that I think I'm going to do is that I would like to move the worker district out towards the work area. So I think I want my workers to be right here. And I think I'm going to do it by setting up, basically I'm going to mirror this setup on this side. Put the 2 pubs at the corners. And then put the school in here. The school and the church. Maybe the church can be a little bit further out. It seems to reach a little farther. But this will be my worker area. So I'm going to move all these workers out. And they might go up to about this line here. Then over here, I want this to be my farmer's area. And I'm going to expand this out up here, add more granary and everything like that, and go from there. So that's the current plan. Additionally, I have other things to do with the other islands. So let's get started. I also am sending my flagship. I found some rum. I'd sunk a pirate ship randomly over here. It dropped off some rum, which is awesome. So I'm actually sending this back to Archibald. We'll also pick up this quest when we get over there. I don't want to pick it up too soon because we're still pretty far away. But I want to also do stuff with Raven Road, settle this island, and settle this island in this episode. I want to get these out of the way before our enemies take over every little island. Here's another one that I was looking at. It's already been taken. I don't want to lose these 2 islands before I can even do anything with them. So let's start by just upgrading some artisan homes. Now, the other thing I noticed is that the school doesn't really reach here, right? So in order to get that out of the way, one thing we're going to do is we're actually going to start paving these roads. And paving them allows people to progress a little bit faster. They can walk through the areas a little bit quicker. And it also extends the reach of this a little bit further. So let's notice, for instance, like this house, not quite in the solid green of this road, but if we were to pave it, let's say we pave this and this, you know, just kind of encircle it, and maybe this side, the side streets as well, these ones. Let's see what we can do with this. And boom, done. Got it. So that's another way to kind of help with that. I'm going to increase these homes right here. And that costs a lot. One thing it did is it dropped my workforce down quite substantially. So I am making more money because I have lots of artisans, but I am losing my workforce here, which is going to be detrimental to all of these productions. I won't have enough to staff them. So in order to offset this, I'm gonna need to upgrade these farmers, right? So let's just say, I don't know, this like quadrant here. If I upgrade these, well, that's reducing there, and now I need to catch up with farmers. So we got a lot to do. I'm actually going to try to make this a little easy. I'm going to just take this over here and flip it, and I'm just going to paste this and make sure this is blueprint mode. I'm going to paste this as a blueprint just to see what we're working with. It looks like I'm missing the top part of those homes, but that should be okay. Alright. So far, so good. Doesn't look like anything crazy. We'll just make sure that this goes across. This comes down. Something like this. And we can also add maybe like a school in the middle here that'll reach this area. Oh, newspaper. Nice.
You look as radiant as ever.
The first artisans drift in. So we have artisans here. A rival war. So at the end of the last episode, I think there was a war declared between, I believe it was Silva and Mercier. So that's interesting. Doesn't really affect us. So that's okay. I'm going to leave that alone. I'm not going to do anything with that. And we have new people arriving to Ditchwater, so a lot of people are coming. That's really good. It reduces our riot chance. I could edit these. I'm just a little concerned about... Ooh, that's really good, though. I don't want to increase our needs consumption, though. The workforce plus 125 is actually really nice right now, because I'm talking about workforce problems. I'm going to leave that alone, though. I think we're good. I don't want to do anything crazy. I'm going to just publish as is. And just to make sure we can match this up, I'm going to just kind of do this a little bit. Use some of that timber. Remember, these homes don't cost maintenance. So producing more homes is fine. The issue is only when, you know, this goes above the 1,000 mark, we have the taxes. But like I said, I'm offsetting that with the artisans. Shouldn't be too bad. Alright, I'm going to leave this for now. What I want to do next is actually address one more balance issue. Oh wait, is our ship there yet? I want to make sure I'm on this. Okay.
Taking the initiative. Duty
Thank
done.
you. Don't need that much. Let's do, so we need 8 for one of them. And then I need the other 8 for the other one. I'm actually going to buy all this wood here. Yeah. Let's buy that.
Now, here is a vital matter.
Mixing up the Duchess ships. Alright, so it's a pickup quest. Let's do the pickup quest, but we're going to have to make our way to the island first. I'm going to grab these 2 islands and then do the pickup quest for him. Oh, it's because I I planned some stuff out, and I actually built these lumberjack huts without having workers. Not a big deal. Actually, what I can do is I can just demolish these because they're just costing money while they're not being worked on. I will handle this island in a little bit. Let's just plop this down.
Difficult terrain. I am impressed.
Ooh, he actually is impressed with that. I'm glad he's okay with me expanding. Let's actually go. I'm thinking let's go to this side because it's this side of the island's more northward, and it's going to be good for protection. This side is good to get out and like to go to the south border, but it's further away from all of our stuff. So I think this side will actually be better. And here's the castaway. So it's kind of, we're going on a route that's actually going to be very good. We have a quest here, so I'm going to pick that up.
Friend, lift this demon cloud.
All right.
Save me from this.
He needs some sails. We probably have plenty. We have full output storage, so this should be an instantly completed quest.
Bring meaning to my existence.
Excellent. Sweet. Let's mark this as good.
Rainbows follow
And he actually
you.
gave us canned food, which is going to go to them. I'm actually going to get a brief increase in all of my artisans. I don't actually want that now because I can't actually support that. But it's what it is. Actually, what I could do, I wonder if I can just disable that. If I disable it, they're not going to actually use the canned food to grow, and that's probably better. I don't want to do stuff that I can't actually support yet. That would be a little awkward. I also want to make sure that I'm keeping up with these guys. They're getting a little low. Some of them are going up. Some of them are getting a little low in their stuff. So please work.
No stain on
Excellent. So I was able to flatter him. Look at his military strength compared to mine. This is ridiculous. I could offer him a big gift, but I don't know if I want to do that. How is the flatter chance for near certain? Done.
Against the grain.
And how about for you?
Hoping to bottom
All of
my
them.
tea
Awesome.
cakes.
So just keep them going up. Eventually, we can request trade rights with them, which will be very good, very, very beneficial for us. Right now, they do not care at all about this. Well, actually, he's not crazy. You know, he's actually thinking about it. Additionally, we could also request peace treaties or ceasefires with Anne Harlow and try to get her reputation up as well. I believe she's going to charge me money for it though, so I'm going to leave it alone. Oh, here we go. Oh, wait. Oh, I didn't pick up this deal. So over here, when you make an island, I totally forgot about this. It actually deposits all the goods from your cargo onto the island. So like my rum, my lumber, and my steel all are on this island. Whoops. Actually, since I'm over here, let's just pick these up. So what I was thinking for the artisan homes, I wanted to move them out here, and kind of make a little artisan community out over here. So what I want to do is something like just kind of putting down some homes and kind of making it a nice little community over here. One thing I want to do, to be sure, is artisans have an option for the town hall, and town hall can cover a little area. All right, Eli, let's accept this quest too. We have 30 minutes to do this. Ooh, a frigate. That might be a little hard. I don't know about that. Do we have... How long does it take to make one? 6 minutes?
Ship under attack.
What? Oh, it's my little schooner. Oh, it's being attacked by the frigate that I'm running away from. As it gets hit, it gets slower, so I'm hoping this is okay. The schooner should outrun it. Alright, this should be okay. Anyway, the town hall is artisan building. Come on, pick it up. There we go. I think I just need to take it back here. It's an artisan building that can make, you can put things in it to make your workforce a little bit nicer, or something like that. You can see it covers this area. So what I want to do is I want to kind of hit like all of them. So if we put it somewhere like this, that town hall can cover this whole area of artisan homes. Additionally, I'm just going to kind of build sporadically a little bit. I kind of want it to go along the river, just because like artisan homes, I feel like it'd be nice to have them right against the water like that. And I'm just sort of thinking about where these roads might be. So, for instance, this road, I'm thinking it can cut across here, which is just perfect because it lands there and then turns over. This road can come a little bit lower, hit the town hall. Maybe we make like a little square around the town hall here. And we could have this road also come out in front of these homes. Something like this to get started. And as I build this up, I'm going to also move these over and kind of match it up here. So I think I'm going to actually make this into a time-lapse. I'm going to try a time-lapse video and get a lot of this stuff done, and I'm just going to be moving houses and getting the area set up. So hopefully that looks good. All right, so just to begin, I'm plotting down a bunch of the layout for my artisan district. However, I do get briefly distracted when the ships that I sent out to go fight that frigate suddenly get a little. Actually, we're going to be fighting this the ship here, so let's see how we're doing. Yeah, it's a pretty good start to it. We definitely want to make sure let's get in front of it so that we can get away from its side cannons here. And then hopefully that'll give us an advantage. And then as we turn sideways to it, it'll hit us as well. So let's get behind it. Use our maneuverability around there. I think that's the strategy with this. Because you see, it's not shooting back at me right now because its cannons are all on the side here. So there we go. That is naval combat simplified because we only have one boat. Let's make sure we pick this up as well. All right, and then we'll keep going with our little time lapse here. All right, now that little distraction's over, I'm just gonna go back here, put some more houses down. I'm gonna be bouncing around a lot as I go through this because I do get distracted very easily. I don't know if you guys know about this, like in your games, if this is something that happens to you, but for me, it's really hard to stay focused in a game like Anno. Right now, I'm just kind of putting down into fun shapes, just to see what it looks like. And then I'm going to move all these artisan homes up there. So this process takes a little while. And this is probably the main reason I decided to do this in a time-lapse format. Is just because that takes a long time to do. And I have to, like, you know, grab the houses, move them up, place them in the spots that I decided to put them in. That's why the planning is essential. And the reason I'm doing it this way, as opposed to like building up some farmers, then upgrading them to workers, and then to artisans, is because that requires me to actually build like markets and churches and schools in areas that I might not need to. Now, artisans do require churches and schools, but they don't need a market at all. So there's no point in duplicating that work. Additionally, I can just plop down the new farming houses in the spots that I had previously upgraded, and they're good to go. They have everything they need: the market, the pub, all that good stuff. Here I'm just kind of grabbing the rum and throwing it back in, but we now have our 3 islands fully captured there. And then my next step here is just to go about adding schnapps back into production. I actually decided to move this church in a second here, just to clear the space a bit, and also just move the church closer to where my new worker locations are being set up. That allows me gives me some extra room for the second schnapps factory, so we should be good on schnapps for a while. But that's kind of what I'm doing there. Additionally, I'm kind of just checking through all these different things here. So I decided I actually need more bread and more grain for all these animal farms and such. You can see here how I make room for the workers by just sliding them over from the farming area. So that's kind of nice. But yeah, I'm just like figuring out what I need to do next. And the big thing here is going to be just making sure that I have enough grain and enough bread. So I'm going to build all this area out as well. And I did actually record a second part of this time lapse, which actually expands this area out. I'll talk about that in a little bit. But the recording, I don't know what happened. I just forgot to actually press the record button when I started. And I got done with the whole thing. I was so happy with it. And then didn't have it. So just kind of goes to show you that, like, you know, still trying things out, and honestly, things happen, and just gotta deal with it as they come. This is also the first time I'm trying this software out with time-lapse recording, so hopefully it's turning out okay. Additionally, towards the end here, I'm going to be looking at expanding out the wool and the clothing just to make sure that I don't overshoot that. Again, all of this is just the process of trying to build the city up without stretching too thin and not having the resources to support it. So here we go. And we're back. So I had done the time lapse, and hopefully post commentary Travis told you about everything that went on with that. However, I actually tried to do 2 in a row, and the second one I didn't hit the record button. I didn't realize until after it's done, so I'm just gonna walk through some of the stuff that I did in that one. So I got this hall built up. I also added a lot more granary here. Actually, I need to fix this little guy here, but essentially I'm just adding more production for bread because we're increasing our workforce by a lot. So I need the bread to compensate for that. I'm also going to need to add another slaughterhouse or so. And I need to do the numbers on this to make sure that I'm good on pigs for my soap and my slaughterhouses. I think I might need to add, let's see, let's do it real quick. One of these, because it's double production, is 2. So if I have 2 of these, I can actually do both of these guys. Now, for this one, it's 1-to-1, I believe, on the pigs to tallow. So I think I need 1 more pig generation, probably put right here, so I can add 2 more slaughterhouses. We're good on soap. Slaughterhouses, we need to get some more sausages for that. I've also added more schnapps here and there, just to fill my schnapps needs. So I had 2 over here, 1 over here. We should be good on schnapps for a little while as we expand up. These are the 2 that require schnapps, the workers and the farmers. The artisans don't actually need that. Additionally, I'm going to have to construct 1 more of these boys, probably add the silos for them. The grain was also to help support all these silos. So 1 grain field can support 5. So we already have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 if we get these in here, probably an 8th and a 9th. So we probably need 2 extra grain farms on top of what we need for bread. For bread, we have 2 grain to a flour mill and 2 grain, 1 flour mill to 2 bakeries. So if I do the math here, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 grain farms, 4 of which are going to the bakery, and then I have 2 left over for my silos. So I think that's good on the math there. I'll worry about it in a bit. Over here, we're adding more and more things with our production. Over here, I added the kilns, as you saw. I also added this coal deposit. Coal actually produces it twice as fast as the charcoal from the kilns. So we actually need 1 to, it's a 1-to-1 with iron and the mine for 1 of these productions. I have, essentially, I'm going with a Two of the steelworks, two of the, I'm gonna try to build this one as well, two of the weapons, working with three of these right now. So we should be overproducing iron ore, and I think overproducing the iron as well, but I'll have to double check as we go along, make sure we don't run out. I have room for another one in the future. I'm also trying to balance this out with having enough workforce to produce ships. I've actually produced my first gunboat here, and we need two of them for Archibald. So I'll get my second one for him. Meanwhile, my other boats, you probably saw a couple of naval combat attacks. I've just been doing some missions for them, also monitoring my diplomacy. So that's where we're at right now. Let's get a move on and start building these up. Additionally, I took out these houses. You may be wondering why. The reason is because I actually need to make room for this oil line when we eventually get oil. I had this idea that it was going to run through right here, so we're going to do that. So I have my turn in from Barrel over there. That is this ship,
Then you're as good
and
as
she gave me a
your word.
priest, which reduces the maintenance cost of churches. So
It's all prepared.
there's a free little bit. Oh, and a newspaper. Let's see what we got. Earthly paradise, as joyful as we possibly can be. Awesome. So everyone seems to be pretty happy in Ditchwater. Nothing crazy going on there. So we actually have a reduced 100% chance of riots. Oh, thank you, Eli. We traded our soap with him. So riot chance is down. That's awesome. Reprieve from the violence. So ceasefire has been agreed on. I agreed to a ceasefire with Anne Harlow. That's going to allow us to not have to deal with pirates for a little bit, and also improves her rep, which is good. We eventually can get her out of war and into like maybe peace, and then eventually trade rights with her. That'll be really cool. And we also expanded to 2 additional islands. I am going to name them in a second, so that'll be really good. All this is awesome. We don't need to change any of this. I don't have to edit any of the publications. It's a wonderful day. I'm gonna publish that now. You can see I've actually queued up the gunboat and the frigate. I think these 2 we're gonna sell. Additionally, over here, I started doing some work on this island here. However, it's my schooner here. I ran out of wood,
Father had that same steely look.
so I'm just gonna grab this. Let's send it back
The settlement.
over here. So here I've kind of mapped out some stuff. I have hops ready to go. The way that I'm doing this is I have a bunch of hops sites around here all ready to be planted, and they're around a warehouse and a trade union, so the trade union should be able to hit all of these. That's the goal with that one. I also didn't build this close enough, so I ran out of wood before I could build the warehouse for that. We got fish over here ready to go, just kind of starting to build the city out. And then I'm planning my ironworks over here, very similar to how I have it back on my main island. So we have an iron mine here, an iron mine here, and a couple coal deposits as well. We could put coal on this mine and get this set up and going pretty soon. But I want to start naming these islands, and actually I have a few names in mind. Namely, I was thinking of like what could be a fun name,
Ready for assignment.
and what I came up with was actually the name of some of the Mars rovers, because I think that they have really interesting names. The island Prosperity, sorry, I kind of hit my microphone there. The island of Prosperity made me think, hey, Prosperity kind of sounds like some of these things. So like spirit, opportunity, curiosity, perseverance, right? So we're gonna name this the actual first one I know, which is a little bit different than those names, but this will be let's see, Sojourner, which is one of the first rovers to land on Mars. Very nice. So we have Sojourner. This island over here, our second Hops Island. I'm going to name this one Spirit. And down here, we have Opportunity. That leaves curiosity and perseverance for our island names for the mainland. Did I take my rum back? Just double check. Yes. So we do have rum actually back here. I wonder if it's actually being used. I have a lot of money coming in right now. So we're not actually using the rum yet, which is actually good because we don't necessarily want to run out and realize like we were not able to support our economy. I'm going to build a church here as well just to get these guys even happier. No money from that, but it's kind of nice to have. We also can start working on getting glass with them, but it seems I'm short a bit on the workforce. I'm going to fix these ruins. I saw this the other day. I was like, why do I still have ruins in this town? Get rid of that. And we need to add in some more farmers like I did here. We have a marketplace there. We got the pub that's extending out. Do we have a pub over here? These guys don't really have good access to a pub. Let's see if we can fit one in. Maybe... Oh, we want to put the sausage slaughterhouses there. Oh, this would be so nice if we could fit there. I could move things. This was a tight fit to get grain to kind of come down this way. I could have it just go up, which isn't bad, but then I got this weird like gap here. Well, actually, now I'm thinking about it. Let's actually. Oh, this looks so good though. Whatever. I'm actually gonna take this out. We'll do the road across like so, and then we actually can just do this here. So opens up some room. I want to get this going up, maybe to like there. Make sure we get all of the space that we can, and then we also want to get this part up as well. There, that's fine, I guess. And then we want to make sure that these actually do get constructed because I was in blueprint mode. All right, looks good. Looks good. Now we can actually put some houses here. And 3 houses, it's almost going to offset that. Not quite. We can get the pub right there, maybe? Yeah, let's put the pub there. Okay. Looking all right. And then we'll want to get some more housing over here. I just did some blocks here just to kind of get the housing situation figured out with that. But that should be enough actually to get the farm workforce there. We have a little parade going on. It's kind of nice. They really enjoy being in Ditchwater. We have a huge happiness increase for this festival and bonus income, which is why we're doing actually so well. Hopefully this will not tank us when we finish our festival here. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Ooh, it seems like we're losing a bit of our workforce as well. To sausages, right? We talked about needing more. So let's actually settle this right now. We want to get additional 2 more slaughterhouses here. But in order to compensate for the 2 slaughterhouses, we actually need more pigs. So let's also set up some pigs. And I was thinking we could just fit it in right here. Hopefully nothing crazy. Let me go into blueprint mode just so I don't like waste anything here. So we got 1, 2, 3. And we might have to cut in a little bit to this, but that's not the end of the world. Throw that guy there. And then just make sure these are all built. Oh, I don't want my relationship to deteriorate. That's not good. Okay. Oh, no warehouse in range. Back that up. We also wanted to... We were short a little bit on the sheep, right? So let's just double check. It looks like... Oh, we have 14. We're using 14. So that's actually okay. We're okay on that. Schnapps is good. Fish, we could add another fishery. What else do we need? Got the pigs working for us there. So the sausage should stop going down and actually go up now. So we oversupplied them. That's always good. We are, let's see, we're good on bread. Just under 3 to 3. We'll have to think about expanding that in the future. How are we on all
Ship
this stuff?
constructed.
We are producing a ton of coal. We have 8 iron coming in, so we have way more coal than iron. That's good to know. But I did make that in anticipation of having, full use of the iron. So we'll see how that goes. We have 6 steel coming in, 3 steel bars being processed, so that's good. And then 1 here. So it's hard to see what the actual. Let's see if I can I like I wanted to like select multiples, but I'm not seeing. There might be some way to do it, and I'm not. Well, I guess they're all in here. Okay. So here's how much steel I have, and here's what I need for the steel beams and iron bars. Is that what's going on? Are none getting produced? Or there's no demand for them, I guess, is what it's saying. I'm producing 3, but there's no demand for it because it's a building material generally. Okay. And then we'll start working on beer. So what I want to do for beer, and I might set some of this up. Ooh, here we go. This is what I need for the quest. So I'm actually going to send these guys over to Archibald. I want to make sure that I'm still making ships, though. Because we do have a flagship, a frigate, and a schooner. But that's all we got going. Oh, we have 2 schooners, actually, because we have 1 delivering soap. Said one more fishery, right? Oh, still short on workforce. Are these guys? Yeah, these guys just aren't in range of the market. I wonder if I do this. They're probably still not going to be in range, but could try to see if this helps. How does that do? Still not. Well, is it? It's hard to tell sometimes. I think it's still not quite. So some of these are now in range, but some of these are still out. So I think what I want to do here, and this is probably way too far as well. Do I want to just add another market? Or maybe I just move it to like here? Something like that. I'll figure out some of that stuff a little bit off camera. We want to keep producing ships, right? So ideally we want to make a bunch of frigates. We do want to go to clippers and ship of the lines as well as soon as we can. So we want to increase artisan workforce for that. So we'll keep, increasing these and setting them up. I also am very worried about this parade. This bonus income is a lot. And when it drops, that might not be good. 3? Really, Anne? -3? So for that, let's actually increase our weapons production. The weapons production will help us build ships faster because these all require lots of weapons. And back over here in Sojourner, we actually are producing timber a little bit more. So, well, we're not. We haven't actually been producing any. Want the warehouse to be built. That way we can start getting some of this going here. I don't know why this was like that. Let's do that. And we can actually, I believe, if we do 2 somos, I did drop off a lot of wood as well. But we can actually just start getting some houses up in here and maybe a pub going. Ideally, this island, if we can get this right, we can maybe have this island be self-sufficient and not add any more royal tax to our already pretty decent amount of royal tax. But we'll see how it goes. I decided to do a double drag through this because I thought it looked kind of cool. We can see how that works out. But right now, let's add in. Let me just make sure that this lumberjack hut is still good. Yeah, I mean 94%. It's not bad at all. If I move this, like there, this is probably going to increase. There, that's what we want. 100%, 100%, right there. That'll be good. So this island will start building up its own resources in a bit. It does. does not have clay pits. We'll need to deal with clay a little bit later. And the other island I want to start building up is going to be this one here. I want this island to basically supply the others with the potatoes and the grain that it needs for all that stuff. So we'll have to get this island set up as well. Opportunity can start delivering stuff over here. And then eventually when we get more grain and more hops, we'll construct beer factories and deliver beer back to Ditchwater, which will make our profits go nuts. In the meantime, we're actually doing really well on coins, and that is entirely because of this little guy right here, the Pelican. I'm going to rename this guy. I'm going to name him the Irish Springs. And that's because that is the name of a soap brand. So I can remember he is the Soap Road Schooner. But he's just been going back and forth, delivering to Eli, getting a ton of profit, and finally getting us way away from the black, way away from the red of our profits. Just checking diplomacy, seeing how everybody's doing. Barrel's doing great. How close are you to like trade right? Still doesn't want to do trade rights. Can I flatter you? Medium high. I'm not entirely sure I want to do medium high. I've had it like backfire on me a bunch. Yeah, medium high gift. I don't want him to reject a gift. He still doesn't want to do anything with me. See, very likely I will do that and get him flattered. 7,000. It's not that much. Yeah. Oh, see, he declines it. At least he didn't go down though.
Any pirate not flying my flag is a dead man. You hear me, La Fortune?
La Fortune. And I definitely don't want to do anything to Anne unless it's very certain, because I just don't want her to go down as I'm trying to build her up. We have a good amount of time on this ceasefire though, so let's do this.
We'll top up the...
Yeah, so she liked that. And eventually we want this peace treaty and get her out of there so we don't have to worry about pirates from now on. How's everyone else doing? Yeah, he's still at war with Mercier. And he has trade rights with Anne Harlow. What? How did you get that? Dang, man. She's at war with both of them. Wait. Oh, I didn't even realize this. Okay, so he's actually just fighting the other AI. That's actually crazy. Yeah, dude, he's got a bunch of ship of the lines and stuff already. They cheat, and they're dirty and rotten. I don't know, man. Let's sell some of these ships here. So we sold that. We have our gunboats. Let's sell these as well.
What a jolly. Ah, yes, these reinforcements
Excellent.
will please Her Majesty, though it remains my hope no war will be necessary.
I had believed it would only do harm to tell you, but I have grounds to believe your father was murdered.
What?
And the killer, his cellmate, walks free. The rumor is he's in hiding, preparing to flee to the New World.
Someone supplies the murderer from Madame Kahina's murder. We should investigate.
The plot thickens. I'm gonna hold off on doing this for a little bit because I do want to start building up my my base of operations a bit more. And if I go too far, it's gonna be a little harder to do that. Actually, what I want to do is I want to actually do. Just trying to think of how this layout is going to look. So if I do there and here, actually wait, yeah, is that right? I think one over. Okay, so let's extend this out. I'm just kind of trying to get these guys like ready to go. That's not really optimal or anything, but it's fine. So what I want to do is do something like that, and then over here I can do like that. And that way it'll leave that space for those silos if I need them to be put down. So I can put, actually, can I put two? Yeah, see, they won't fit. They won't both fit. So, sorry, I'm moving things on my desk. So I'm just going to have like the blueprints for the silos kind of next to it. But I didn't want it to like occupy too much space here. So we just do that. And we'll need to build some more houses. So I can just, copy these guys and maybe just plop another section here. Maybe another one here as well. We could extend this, you know, up here. I'm just trying to see what we got. Looks like the pub's starting to not reach that area. So actually we could, since they're closer, we could actually move this here and maybe this will reach. Nice. Awesome. So as soon as those farmers come in, we got some fish going. We got some stuff, some clothes starting to get made. Right now, I think they're just going to go to the harbor, but eventually we'll want this here just to have a little shorter distance, especially if we get more of these going, and then we'll get this stuff headed in there. All right, what do we have? What's going on? I do want to drop this guy off. We do have 2 ships here, which isn't too bad. We got another frigate on the way. I want at least like 2 or 3 frigates, and probably to build up these islands a bit more before I tackle the New World stuff. Just because, like, I want to make sure that I'm not like gonna lose as soon as I head there. We still in this? How long is this going for? Another 13 minutes. I'm really worried about the crash of this income, because +5 bonus income. I just don't know if it's going to how much it's going to affect things, because like these workers are giving us a ton right now, but I think that's because they're all +5, right? So I'm a little worried about, I'm just worried about the crash of the economy after the festival's done. So what we could do is kind of preemptively start moving some of these guys. So maybe I do this. Let's kind of move them up. And again, like all I'm doing with this is as soon as I upgrade them, I just take like a section that I, you know, wanted to build in and just move them. And I'm going to keep doing this on and off. Just, it's easier than trying to build up this entire section with like farmers and workers. I have to build pubs, I have to build markets. Instead I can just drag and drop, and it does cost money, right? So like moving this is costing me like $250 each relocation, but on the whole it's not really that big of a deal. Like, I'm making plenty right now. It's about the same as like if I were to, you know, buy the markets, buy the pubs, and then have to sell them later. Plus, that's just extra work, let's be honest. Alright, so we can do this. And then we can move these guys over here. I am a little worried. I'm seeing our economy like spiking a lot, and that's usually a sign that something is wrong in our economy. Whether that's like I'm not producing something correctly, or you know, like I just need there's something I need to handle that I'm not handling correctly, and that's giving me a little bit of worry. All right, so let's see. I also want to upgrade some of these guys. And again, like I'm really low balanced here. Until these come, you know, get to 10, this is going to be low. You know, as they build back up. These guys are low until they build back up. It's not like the best way to do this unless you're well over, but for now I think it's okay. When we get to 750 on the artisans, we'll actually unlock the next kind of tier of all of these things. Well, this is 900, but there's stuff like here, like the clippers and the ship of the line that unlock with 750, and that'll be really, really awesome. Okay. Let's see. Is there anything else that I can do right now? Plop this in. How are we doing on this island, by the way? We have, we can actually check the island specifically. So right now, we're in that same situation where, like, the farmers aren't making us money because we don't have schnapps or anything that they're buying. So this island's not really producing wealth right now. It's just costing us money. These islands that don't have anything on them don't cost anything. Ditchwater right now is profitable. And you can see how much each group is making. So workers are actually making us quite a bit. Artisans also quite a bit, and farmers a decent amount. But that's just because we have tons of them. Right, so we have, like, 1,100, 1,200 farmers, almost 2,000 workforce, and then these guys. And we could see there, like, the royal taxes are not the best, but it's all right. Ah, no road. Fix that. Does this go through? Oh, it does. Okay, so I did plan for that to go through. Nice. I think I can get like 2 more houses or something else here. Should be cool. Additionally, we could start thinking about some artisan production chains.
Ship constructed.
As soon as that ship constructs, by the way, we get this workforce back. Again, I don't want to be dependent on that kind of stuff. Oh, thanks, Sparrow. So we got 2 frigates and our flagship. That's a decent amount of starting ships there. We'll definitely want to get these clippers going so we can do trade routes a little bit quicker. Still got this schooner I can do something with as well. I'm kind of hanging on to it until we build up the other 2 islands that we were looking at. Hey, I broke 100k. Nice. It's a good accomplishment. I'm still just kind of waiting for this festival to end. We'll see how it destroys our economy or whatnot. Meanwhile, over here, let's see. We are in this process where we're still building up, but we can also upgrade to some workers now. So, I think I'm gonna start doing that. Oh, I know what the schooner can do. We need to deliver bricks because this island cannot produce bricks on its own, and we have 3 brick factories over here. So let's actually add this in. Send in a couple, 100 or so bricks to this island here and get that started. Additionally, we're gonna need a ton of bricks. Additionally, we want to I wanted to check out some of the artists and stuff because we need to start thinking about this, namely the glass chain, right? I want to make glass because all of these require in some form glass to produce. So like the canneries requires glass to build the cannery. It requires glass to build the sewing machine, glass to build the variety theater, etc., etc. So in order to do that, we want some glass. The other thing too is that we can get things like a pier, which provides additional space to load and unload goods, or a repair crane, things like that as well. We could also build, and this might be a good idea, some guns just to kind of help protect our area. So I'm thinking that we probably want some like around like this. Maybe something like that. Or is that too? I don't like it when it has like a funnel in. I like to be able to sweep up to it. So maybe something like this for now. We can also build these quays, which is kind of cool because it lets us connect our like our harbor and stuff like that. It gives us a nice little like walkway. And they put little goods on it and stuff. It's kind of fun. I like that. So let's actually upgrade. Oh, we can't. What's required? We're out of bricks because we sent them all, and I think the Quay X requires bricks. So yeah, just need tons of bricks. So for the artisans, we have the glass making production. So we have a lot of room here to do glass, but we also actually have this over here, this little place up here. And actually this is really close. So if we can build maybe like a pier up here, connecting these two together is going to be really efficient. But we want to start with sand, and sand comes from the beach. So let's plop down a sand production farm right there. This is every 30 seconds we produce some sand, every 30 seconds we produce glass, and every minute we can make a window. So in this case we want one glass production, so I'm just going to put it right there, 1 to 1, and then we want 2 glass makers for every setup like this. I'm also going to put a warehouse if I can fit it. Let's see. Oh, almost. Can I? Oh, this doesn't really. Well, it fits in there though. So if I just like move, let's see where this warehouse can fit, and we'll go from there. So the warehouse, put that there. Then maybe I can do something like that. And I want to connect this warehouse up, and I want to eventually, I probably want to go, I probably do want to cut across there. This can connect up as well, but this would be good to have a connection. Oh man, look how close that is. It's off by 1. Ah, darn, that would have been another really amazing coincidence. Can I, actually, you know what? It's just, no, it's just off. Or is it? It's hard to tell because this thing's now built. So if I take this out, if this connects up, it's gonna be awesome. Oh my gosh, would you look at that? Let's take this off. Don't need any of that. Oh dang it, I keep destroying the bridge. Nice. Then we leave a little bit of extra room, but that's not bad. All right, let's actually build these up. So we got glassworks, and can't build those yet, probably because I need bricks. We're doing great on steel as well, by the way. Like I haven't been using steel, but like we are good to go with those. If I need it for anything, for any of these buildings and stuff like that, we are good to go with steel. Which I'm really happy with. The fact that we got 3 steelworks and we got 3 brick makers is really paying off. Alright, let's just drop these off. Oh, can't actually drop it in there. Can I increase this yet? Yeah, let's increase the size. Why not? We're gonna need that size for later. Hey! They're requesting asylum on our island. It's gonna make Mercier mad, but everybody else happy, including Fortune, who's not even here yet, and provides us with a school and the town hall, so we don't actually need to build the school. That sounds good to me. All right.
Scooped us out of the gutter, you did.
You are welcome. So actually, we can see maybe a town hall working here. The school actually reaches pretty far, but for like this case. We built the school already, but let's say, I don't want this here. Maybe I can save the school and put it somewhere else, right? Maybe we expand up here. We can move the school up. And I want school to reach all of these. I can build the town hall, put that in there, and provide school to all of these houses, which is actually really good. Very happy about that. We're gonna need a lot of glass before we can windows, sorry, before we can build any of these though. Let's see, I don't really need this quest book to be open the whole time. not under attack anymore. So we can delete that notification. Good there. Still watching this. Sorry, 20 seconds. I think when this ends and I see the problems, I will kind of make some notes and we'll probably wrap the episode up there. But it's been a pretty good session so far. We got a lot of time. All right, so that's gonna end, and that's what I was afraid of. It just dropped a lot. It's actually about where we started, to be honest, with all this extra work and all these extra buildings we put in. Our maintenance kind of shot up a little bit. The royal taxes went up a bit, but overall, like, we're holding pretty well. We could still get like more artisans and stuff as well to like offset some of this. And I do want to build up, you know, the workforce as well. We're probably going to add more homes. And we got this whole space to use as well for different things. I'm kind of thinking to push the artisans up into this corner to get them really up against this. Like, I think it'd be really cool to, like, this angle to just have like artisan homes all in here. So I kind of want to fit them in, but we got, you know, this extra room maybe for farms, this extra room for more housing, and anything we need for bay access over here. So all in all, I think we're using our space decently well, and everything. The last bit that I kind of wanted to do and get ready, first build one of these, get that started before I forget it. But I also want to start adding a bit of decoration to these areas here and kind of spruce them up a bit. So we've already added a lot of the roads. I'm probably going to go through and, like, you know, make, you know, I feel like if this is all paved, like, these are probably should be paved as well. Something like that. But I want to go through and actually put some ornaments down for these homes and actually get some stuff in between them and just kind of spruce them up a bit. So I'm probably going to do a lot of this in between episodes, but to show you, we have ornaments like trees, which, for instance, if I were to put, like, you know, some trees in here, and I can build these. Oops, it's trying to upgrade. There we go. So I can upgrade these trees, and boom, it already, like, adds a little bit of liveliness to it. And there's some trees from, like, the original game in here as well, but, like, these are ornaments. They actually increase the beautification of your city. So you see the attractiveness level here. They will actually, I believe, add to, I want to say, countryside. So we got pollution, vulgarity. Yeah, so it'll add a bit here and kind of increase that as well. So we'll see how that goes. And you can also add, like, you know, rubs, which look like this. And just kind of spruce the place up a bit with little decorations here and there. There's also a ton from the club, and these have more, like, you know, you can see there's like more tile-y looks to them. There's also like promenades, different trees. There's a duck pond. Like, I could just put a duck pond here. I don't know. It's kind of cool. So I'm going to be messing around with that a bit and just kind of styling it up, getting things in there. There's also agricultural ornaments. So things like adding an outhouse is probably good idea here. We could just throw that in there right now because everybody at the pub should probably have a place to go, right? Usually it just adds a little bit there. There's also like field wagons for around the fields here, so maybe somewhere in here I can find a place to drop a little wagon, things like that. So I'm gonna do a little bit of that off camera. And then we'll get started with the next episode. We'll probably start tackling the new missions as well. And now that we have a few ships coming in, I feel confident enough that we can probably start with continuing our quests. All right. I'll see you guys all in the next episode. Thank you for watching, and I'm signing off. See ya.